staring at you, better knuckle up. Cause the world is cold, but I'm on too long. I said the world is cold, but I'm on too long.
Poppin', y'all, it's your boy D-Mark, aka D-Ron. So I'm back with another video. So last night I just shut down Above the Rim from 1994. And I will say the movie was actually good. The movie was actually good. And you know, you got like people, like actors, you got like the late Tupac, Martin Williams, and Bernie Mac. The thing I will say about one person in the movie I did like was Dante Martin. Dante Martin, I will say. He played as Kyle. And while I've been seeing him watching this, he definitely is trying to show himself out, you know, as like the main player of the team of basketball. And the movie was filmed in Harlem, New York, and he's showing out, you know, that he can be the best ball player that he could ever possibly be. But yeah, man, like trying to show everybody out. And here's the thing about that: you can't show everybody that you can be the best or like the greatest basketball player. There are a bunch of basketball players that I actually know. I mean, you got, you know, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and one of my favorite basketball stars from the NBA from back in the day, that Allen Iverson. I remember him. I do remember him just because of what I was wearing. Me and my sister used to wear his old basketball jersey for when he was playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. I do remember Allen Iverson. I do remember getting this jersey. I've definitely got to buy another jersey of that. I did like, that was the time that I was a little bit of an NBA fan back then, but nowadays I'm not even that much of a fan of NBA like I was back then anymore. But anyways, I mean, yeah, he was definitely showing everybody that he could be the best baller if he could possibly be, and trying to get some kind of recognition, you know, like coaches from colleges and all this stuff. But yeah, he was definitely showing out. And you got Tupac over here, you know, being a former basketball star or basketball player from back in the day. Now he's over here doing drugs, and, you know, trying to hook up with women and all this stuff. And that's the thing I always see Tupac of. Every time I see, you know, like Tupac being, you know, in these movies, hanging out with women and all this stuff, it's not a love connection, but you can tell that he's a ladies' man and trying to get things his way. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was Tupac definitely did well in this movie, playing a drug dealer victim character. I did like what he was playing in this role right here. He actually did very well in this movie, especially Martin Williams, the friend of Kyle. I did like that part as well. I mean, there was some boring, you know, scenes that I just, you know, like just didn't really care for. But towards like the end, and there was a scene that Leon, you know, I think one of the teammates ended up getting injured and got to be taken out. And the Leon, the character, I forgot what his character name was. I gotta see. Let me see. He was played as Ship. I can't remember. I can't pronounce the name, but he got into the game. He got the jersey on, and and he wins the game for the team, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after the game was over, one of Tupac's buddies decides to do something by pulling out a gun and shot Leon for no reason whatsoever, and somehow he recovers from a gunshot wound. He recovered from a gunshot he got shot at. And you can tell throughout this movie, I can tell like he was not as, he was not being as much of a guy that I would probably know of. He was definitely like playing as Kyle when he was like telling like Kyle like he's trying to trying to be like a mentor to him, like focus on him on his basketball life, and mostly on his career, what he was going to be capable of doing. So yeah, he's definitely trying to be supportive as much as he can, and all of a sudden towards like the end, Kyle ended up playing getting into college basketball, and Leon, the character, was proud of him for that. He was definitely proud of him for him achieve something that he always wanted to do, and that was playing basketball. And here, I want to speak on something about this as well. It's like, if you want to achieve something, go for it. Go for it is what is your best interest. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and what you cannot do in life. And there's some things that I actually want to do that I honestly did not want to do, that is going to be hard for me. But I wanted to be a mechanic. I do want to, for real, I wanted to do, while I was in college, I was definitely wanting to do, get these old cars and actually remaking them on my own. And then I did an internship of learning how to fix and broken computers and all of that. And that was something I was definitely getting a little bit into with that until COVID hit. COVID-19 hit. But with that, I wanted to transition that to YouTube, editing videos and recording videos, and that's something I've been wanting to do since I started watching wrestling from back in the day, because that mostly everybody is watching wrestling nowadays, and nowadays it's like watching it, but not majority of people still are, but they still make videos about it. I was always thinking about that when I was was in high school. I was always thinking about talk about what happened on the shows and just talk about them on YouTube. And that's something I always thinking about doing. But mostly everybody in the wrestling community is now doing it. But anyways, overall, this movie was not the greatest movie, like I said, but it was a good movie. There were some boring scenes that I just didn't really care for, so especially with Bernie Mac, Tupac, and Martin Williams, especially Deon Martin, definitely plays so well in this movie. Definitely plays so well, and the ending was definitely a special for Leon trying to help Kyle, trying to get his, trying to focus on his basketball career of becoming a ball player. So yeah, that is my review of Above the Rim from 1994. Let me know what y'all thoughts about this movie from back in the day. Did y'all watch this movie from back in the day? Because I personally did not. I heard about this movie, but I definitely did not even know it at first until I watched it last night. But let me know, what was your thoughts about this movie? Let me know your comments down below. And follow me all social medias down below. I'll be back with another video.
My moment to shine. This is my type of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time is undervalued and no one ever could.